So you're thinking about moving to Bend? Let me tell you all the reasons why you might not like it. So you're thinking about moving to Bend, Oregon? Well, we have a few little dirty secrets that I want to tell you about. So the first thing you need to know about moving to Bend, Oregon is that there's going to be a lot of traffic. And I'm not talking big city traffic like Portland or Seattle, but I'm talking small town. There's a lot of people in this small town, and it gets a little crazy sometimes. We're here in Bend, and even Central Oregon, we work on pretty much just a 2 to 4 lane highway. So with Bend having, I think the census last said around 106,000 people in it, and your main highway is just 2 lanes each way. We're getting a little excited because the ducks are really friendly here. I really want to hold him. Hi! We don't have food, I'm sorry. He's telling them, get away from them. Okay, so back to it. So census last said we were at 106,000 people here in Bend, and our main highways and parkways are just 2 lanes each way. That's a lot of people to have on the road with just 2 lanes. So things get a little hectic. It can take quite a while to get from one end of Bend to the other. So if you have appointments, definitely plan ahead, because what could be a 3-mile stretch is now going to take you 15 minutes. Also, this many people in a small town sometimes makes people a little bit angry. So you have to watch out for that road rage, especially if you don't know how to use a roundabout. Here in Bend, there are a ton of them. And sometimes people just aren't familiar because they don't happen to have them in their town, and get a little angry at you if you actually stop and not just yield. So keep that in mind. So when I talk to our locals about little things that irk them here in Bend, one of the main things that I got besides the roads was that the cost of living. It's significantly high. It didn't always used to be this way, but Bend has become a very popular town here in Oregon. And so cost of living has skyrocketed. Right now, the median home price here in Bend is $683,000. That's really not reasonable for a lot of people. Right now, your average rental price for a 2-bedroom apartment in Bend runs around $2,400 a month, which is high. So all the locals that you have here in Bend, you'll typically see them living in groups. It's very popular for people to have roommates for a long time to share the cost of living here in this beautiful town. So seasons here in Central Oregon and in Bend, you have pretty much all the seasons. We have spring, summer, fall, and winter. So right now, here's January in December. So Monday and Tuesday, snowed like crazy. We had a good few inches on the ground. Things were slick and crazy. And now we're sitting here on a Saturday with sun in the sky. It's been about 45 degrees and almost all the snow's melted. So it definitely has split personalities during most of the season. Heck, it's even snowed in July. So you definitely have to get used to pretty much leaving the house in a jacket, having a t-shirt on underneath, and maybe needing to put that jacket on here at night. Did that actually work? He just turned the camera on with his nose. So speaking of seasons, the next 2 items that I'm going to talk about are different kinds of seasons here in Central Oregon. So the first one is going to be fire season. We don't have tornadoes, we don't have hurricanes, we really don't have to worry about earthquakes here in Bend, Oregon, but what you do have to worry about is fire season. So we live pretty much at the base of the mountains and partial high desert, so it can get really hot and dry here, being partial desert and still near the trees. We have to worry about forest fires. Unfortunately, forest fires have threatened some people's homes here in Central Oregon, burnt down some, but most of the time what you're dealing with is the smoke. So we typically have a good month, typically August, sometimes September, or half of August and half of September, where the air quality can get a little tough outside. And the last season we're going to talk about is tourist season. So while Bend is becoming a hot spot for people to live year-round, it is very popular in the summer and in the winter for holidays. So during the summer here in Bend, it's really a mecca for everything outdoors. You have your rivers, you have mountain biking, you have lakes, fishing, kayaking, canoeing, camping. I honestly can't name it all, and we'll have a separate video on all the perks of living here in Bend, Oregon. But your population grows significantly during the summer. So your population, which is already hard to deal with during the off season, becomes a bit more crowded during the summer season when people come here to enjoy everything that we have to offer.